My dorkball friends recently dragged me to half-price books, which instantly I didn't want to be at. Books are not my thing. They're not anyone's thing. I don't have a horse and buggy. I'm not interested. But I thought, I don't have a choice, so I went. And thank God I did, because they at least had a real physical media section with movies. Actual physical media, not like some relic from like 30 million years ago. Now, I am going to tell you, there is nothing worse than TV on DVD. Might as well be like a book. TV on Blu-ray isn't really much better. They're not collectible. They're never going to be worth money. No one wants them. It's usually old garbage that your grandparents are just watching, before they pass away. Let's just be honest. Are you buying them? If you are, you need to stop right now, because you probably have a problem and you're not investing your money in the best way. Because this is a true waste of time. And like every physical media place, they make huge mistakes. Too many stupid DVDs. They haven't gotten the point where it's just, you should only be taking Blu-rays and 4Ks in. And preferably, you should probably just politely tell people, hey, if it doesn't have a slip, I don't want it. Like American Werewolf on London on DVD with a slipcover? Who's after that? That Arrival movie, have you seen that? That's a terrible movie. Ugh, aliens who come to Earth and they're not even, bad. That's really stupid. It makes me think of that E.T. garbage, and that's a crap film. They literally need to just price all these DVDs at, 25 cents. They may actually move at that price. And, the problem is just sometimes, a Blu-ray. Again, I'm a Blu-ray defender. I really am. But they have all these Batman Blu-rays with no slips. Seriously? Again, get rid of them. And plus, most of these have 4Ks now. No one's really looking for that. Oh, and here comes another thing I hate to see. You're going to see some real, honest-to-God, foreign garbage. The Beyond, that's some stupid Italian movie. I hate dubs. Are you a fan of dubs? I can't stand it, when the, lips don't match the words. And I am not reading that movie either. This I've never seen. This is, some DVD box set, but it has, is that a CD? Or it's, some kind of, computer ROM experience. I don't understand. I didn't even, know computers, even existed all the way back then. I feel like that's, I don't know. I feel like that must have just been for, rich people at the time or something, big, corporate CEOs or something. Now, this should be a must for every single, movie sellers. You need to always have Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead always in stock. It's an eternal classic. I just made a video where I thought I went to the Zack Snyder Mall to see Dawn of the Dead. Instead, I went to, one for, that old-timey Dawn of the Dead. That was a complete waste of my time. You guys need to be careful. Do not fall for Monroeville Mall and their tricks. And speaking of tricks, I don't know if you remember the, Dimension Extremes line. It pretty much put out nothing but, great stuff. I never saw this one, but, look at that. It's a slit on the package. I can't buy that. That's ridiculous. That's imperfect. Everything, and plus no slip. That probably had a slip. Where's the slip cover now? Did, some fool just, forget to include it when he traded it in? He probably would have gotten more credit. Probably why they had it so cheap. They were just hoping some sucker was going to buy it. I'm pretty sure I've talked about these before, but these Expendables movies, they're awesome. All four of them I'm pretty obsessed with. There are some with the slips. I obviously was going to stock up on those and add those to the collection. Anything with a slip that's worth your time. It's at least, in 3 to 5 years, you're I can probably make, at least $100 off of it, no matter what the movie is. But, especially something from before, the end times we're in for physical media right now. Then we've got the 50 Shades of Grey movies. Got this one, 4K with the slipcover. Might have to pick that up. That's honestly probably one of the best, romantic movies. That's a relationship where you're just man, I wish I could have a relationship that good. Final Destination movies are sick. They need to re-release the first 4 on Blu-ray or preferably 4K with the slips. I do have 5 with the slip already, so I don't have any reason to pick that up today. And have you guys seen The Forest? That was a really scary movie. I was wetting my pants. Frankenstein, however, do not pick up that Legacy collection. It sucks. Free Guy, that's an incredible movie. Ryan pretty much is a guarantee. If you see Ryan Reynolds in a movie, it's going to be at least great. Like, it's never anything less. You know, even like Amityville Horror remake he's in, that's awesome. Funhouse, that movie sucks. Do not pick that up. It's from like that Tobe Hopper guy who made, I think, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre or whatever, and that's a terrible movie. The remake, thank God, made, you know, that like relevant. Friday 13th, that's another one where it's just like, just pick up that remake. That remake is awesome. The other movies, not so good. And then you've got like these Godfather movies. People like to pretend these movies are good, but dude, I fall asleep, you know, watch them. It's just, I don't understand, like, these period piece movies or whatever. Like, I can't get into them, especially, like, if they were made before, like, the 2000s. That's just an instant no-sell. You know, I cannot tolerate that at all. Then we got, like, them Grudge movies coming up. New Blu-ray, or Blu-ray with slips, unfortunately. But I will tell you, you know, the Grudge movies, those are kind of like the real deal. I think all three are pretty great. Two, I think, is probably, like, the unsung masterpiece of the whole brand. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. Of course, we got my boy David Gordon Green, you know, his awesome Halloween trilogy. All three are stellar. Rob Zombie's movies here, unfortunately, only on DVD. If you saw the Blu-ray for either that or Halloween 2 by Rob Zombie, those are must-gets. I've told this before, but again, I'd rather watch Rob Zombie's Halloween and then pretend like the Gordon Green movies are actually sequels to that, rather than that old-timey, you know, 70s garbage. And this is a movie I have been looking for, Joker. I've not been looking for the Blu-ray. I'd like to get the 4K with the slip. I know it's out there. I've seen it for good prices. I thought, you know, today's the day I'm going to find it. What do they have? Just the Blu-ray. They can't even get, like, modern garbage right. And I don't even really like to buy the non-modern stuff that much, just because I know it's not going to be worth as much as, like, this old garbage, because all these old geezers are going to be knocking on my door in 3 to 5 years, offering major cash for these movies that are just off of streaming and everything, because they're like, hey, no one's watching these on streaming. Why are we going to put them out? Because it's too old. And here's something collectors absolutely don't want. Requiem for a Dream. People and collectors in general, they didn't want to buy just like depressing crap. It doesn't accumulate wealth. When someone sees something depressing, they just get down. They're just like, I don't want to buy anything anymore. I just want to sit here and be sad. So collectors aren't buying that. So don't invest in anything like that. Don't invest in dramas. Dramas are a waste of your time. I mostly think, you know, the problem with a store like this is that they're so concentrated on books, thinking that's like what people want, that they kind of forget that they even sell movies. Like, and all these places love to like have like a little Criterion section. No one's buying that crap. No one's coming in for that. Why don't you have a Vinegar Syndrome section? Why don't you have an Arrow Video section? No. You know, the Scream Factory titles are just like mixed in. You know, it's really idiotic. If you really want people to take your movie section serious, you need to really bulk down on those hard-to-find boutique releases with slipcovers. But instead, it's just like, you know, movies are an afterthought. And that's why Walmart's going to continue to get a pass from collectors, just because, like, this is the competition. Bookstores that don't know what they're doing because they're just like, ew, people want to buy books. Yeah, you know, people want to buy, like, horse manure apparently too, but that doesn't mean that the sales are really high on something like that because it's old crap. But yeah, Half Price Books needs to get its crap together. I think they should just change their name to Half Price Movies. I think that would be more of a draw. It's time they start taking this stuff serious, because collectors are hungry for a new physical media home. And when I say physical media, I don't mean books.